Hi, this is Greg from OnlineLanguageAcademy.com, and in this video I'm going to give you 5 good habits that you should have if you want to reach fluency in English. So let's go. If you're new here, just come and subscribe and let me take you to a higher level of spoken English. And you can also get my ebook, which is going to help you fix your broken English. Okay, let's have a look then at these 5 habits that I want you to get into if you want to be a better English learner. Now, they say that if you do something repeatedly for 2 or 3 weeks, it becomes a habit. And then it's not difficult, it's not an effort to do it anymore. If it's a habit, you do it naturally. You brush your teeth every morning naturally because it's a habit. You don't think, oh, I've got to brush my teeth. Ugh. No, it's normal, it's a habit, it's part of your daily routine. And that's what we want for these 5 habits that I'm going to give you. So, 5 things that you can do in English. Let's go. Number 1, read. Just read in English. Choose a hobby. Okay, choose a hobby. Maybe a hobby that you already have. Maybe a new hobby. I know when I was learning French, I adopted a French football team. Olympique de Marseille were my team, and I used to read a French football newspaper, and I used to read all the news about Marseille and read and follow them on the internet because it was interesting and it helped me learn French. I didn't think I was learning French, but I was, because I was doing a hobby in French. So you could do that. You could adopt an English football team and follow them on the internet. Or if football is not your thing, anything, cooking. You could do cooking. You could use English websites for recipes on your favorite dishes and make it using the English recipes. Of course, if you don't understand something and you make a mistake, it might not taste very nice, but you live and learn, right? Another thing you could do, learn the ukulele. I've done that recently. There are many amazing tutorials on YouTube to learn the ukulele and do it in English. Okay. Right, number 2 is speak. Hey, speak regularly. Come on, you have to speak if you want to reach a high level of spoken English. You have to. It's like going to the gym. It's like doing physical exercise if you want to be fit. If you want to run a marathon, you have to run. If you want to speak English fluently, you have to speak. So commit to having conversation classes. All right, you can do this via Skype. You can do this anywhere, but make the effort to do it consistently. I know in some big cities they have meetups where you can go once a week or once a month to speak English, but you've got to speak. All right, you have to. And the most important thing is that you are consistent with this. All right, again, do it twice a week. Be realistic with your goals. Don't say every day for 1 hour. If you can, great, but if you can't, just be realistic and say, yes, 2 times a week or 3 times a week for 30 minutes. I'm going to have a class and I'm going to speak English for those times every week. Okay, number 3 is choose a television program that you love in English. Okay, choose an English comedy or an English crime movie. Choose an English thing but without the dubbing, okay? Without them changing the language into your language. Watch the original version. It doesn't have to be a television program. It could be a YouTube channel. It could be my YouTube channel. It could be any YouTube channel about something that interests you, or a podcast that you can download or stream and listen to in the car on the way to work every day or 3 times a week. Just make it part of your routine. And if you find something you like, you will want to listen to it. And if you want to listen to it, you will naturally be doing it and naturally be improving your English. So find something you like, listen to it or watch it every day, if possible, for 5, 10, 15 minutes. And it will soon become part of your natural routine. It will become a habit, a good habit, a great habit. Number 4 is related to your classes or watching TV, but just make notes. Have a place, a document on your computer or a notebook, just a place where you can make notes. Write down new expressions. If you watch my videos and you learn a new expression, make a note, write it down, and then just read it every now and then. Read your list of notes, read your list of cool expressions or useful vocabulary that you've learned or pronunciation advice that has surprised you. I recommend reading this before your English classes or before you speak English, just to give you a refresher, okay? To remember it and then try to use it when you're speaking. If you use it, you remember it. That's a fact, okay? So read your notes before a class, use it, and the teacher or the English person who is, listening to you and understanding you when you use these new expressions, wow, that's going to give you confidence to want to use more and more new expressions and be cool when you speak in English and feel good. Okay, so number 4, make notes in a book or document. Tip number 5, the 5th habit I want you to get into is to think in English. How do I do that, you might ask? Well, it's simple, and it's kind of like, it's a bit crazy, but talking to yourself. Yeah, I did it all the time when I learned French and Spanish, and you can do it too. You're not crazy, you're not a crazy person, you're just practicing your English, okay? So, why don't you do this 2 times or 3 times a day when you're brushing your teeth? Easy. You have the moment, you're there, you're doing this for 2 or 3 minutes every day, 3 times a day, 2 times a day, whatever, and that time is perfect for you to think in English. So just do it. Say to yourself, what did I do yesterday? And just, you don't have to speak. It's a good idea to do it in your head. So, but just think, what did I do yesterday? What am I going to do today? What did I just watch on television? What happened in the world this morning? What happened in my favorite episode of The Office? Just do it. Seriously. It's making your mind work in English. And that's great. Even if you make mistakes, who cares? Your brain is working in English an extra 2 or 3 times a day, and it's all good. Okay, right, I'm going to give you 2 expressions now related to habits. The first one is to get into a habit. All right, like you get into a car or get into a bus. You get into a habit. And this means when you start doing something regularly and it becomes a habit. So I want you to get into the habit of thinking in English. I want you to get into the habit of writing new expressions and new vocabulary and new pronunciation tips in a book or on a document so that you can remember it and you have it all in the same place. I want you to get into that habit. The other expression is the opposite. It's when you stop doing something little by little and soon it's not a habit anymore because you don't do it. If this happens, you break a habit. And this is not good. It's not good. You need to stick with it. Be consistent, be disciplined, and try not to break a habit. Because once you break a habit, it's difficult to get back into the habit. Get back into the habit. This means get into the habit again. Okay, so there you go. 3 really cool expressions about habits. And now a question for you. And my question today is, what is the hardest type of habit to break? All right? I don't want you to break the habit of doing some English every day. But some habits you do want to break. All right? Smoking is one of them. Bad habit, you want to break it. Biting your fingernails is a bad habit that you might want to break. But what is the hardest? What is the most difficult habit to break? That's a question for you. I want you to write that in the comments below. I'm interested to hear what you answer. So please do reply. Okay. Right. That's all for me. If you want to get my English quick fix, remember to download it. It's there, it's free, and it's a super way for you to fix your broken English. And come and subscribe for more videos from me to help you reach a higher level of spoken English. Righty-ho. Thanks for watching. What's that next? Bye for now.